Hello, my dear English learning friends. Welcome back to Slow English Learning, the podcast where we learn English together in a kind, patient, and supportive way. My name is Sarah, and I'm so happy you're here today because we're going to explore something that you use in English conversations every single day. We're going to learn how to talk about your day. You know, when someone asks you, how was your day? Or what did you do today? These are some of the most common questions in English, and being able to answer them naturally and confidently will make your conversations so much easier and more enjoyable. Whether you want to tell your friend about your busy morning, share what happened at work, or simply describe your quiet evening at home, today's episode will give you all the words, phrases, and confidence you need to talk about your day from morning until night in simple, clear English that anyone can understand.
Hi everyone, this is John, and I'm really excited to join Sarah for today's episode.
John, hello. I'm so glad you're here with me today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, Sarah. Thank you for asking. I'm really looking forward to our conversation about our days.
Me too. This is such a practical topic, isn't it? I mean, almost every day someone asks us, how was your day? Or what did you do today?
Absolutely. It's probably one of the most common conversation starters in English. And for people learning English, knowing how to answer this question is so useful.
Exactly. And you know what, John? Before we jump into our main conversation, I want to take a moment to speak to everyone listening right now.
Yes, please do. I think our listeners need to hear some encouraging words.
Thank you, John. So, dear friends, I want you to know something really important. Learning to talk about your day in English might feel challenging at first, but that's completely normal.
That's right. Even native English speakers sometimes struggle to find the right words to describe their day, especially when they're tired.
Yes, and I want everyone to remember that making mistakes when you speak is not bad. Mistakes are actually proof that you're trying, that you're learning, that you're growing.
Absolutely. Every mistake is a stepping stone to improvement. Every time you try to speak, even if you make errors, you're getting better.
Exactly. And when you're talking about your day, the most important thing is sharing your experience. If people understand what you did, then you're communicating successfully.
That's right. You don't need perfect grammar or perfect pronunciation. You just need to be clear enough so people can follow your story.
Yes, and remember, most people are kind and patient. They appreciate when someone is making an effort to speak English.
Absolutely. So please don't be afraid to practice. Don't worry about sounding perfect. Just be yourself and enjoy expressing yourself in English.
Well said, John. Now, shall we start talking about our days?
Yes, let's begin. So, Sarah, let me ask you the most basic question. How was your day today?
My day was really good, John. Thank you for asking. I had a busy but productive day. How was your day?
My day was nice too. It was pretty calm and relaxing. Now, listeners, did you notice something? We both use simple adjectives to describe our days.
Yes, that's the easiest way to answer this question. You can say, my day was good, or my day was great, or my day was okay, or my day was busy.
Exactly. And you can use many different adjectives. Let me give some examples. Your day can be wonderful, nice, excellent, tiring, stressful, boring, exciting, interesting, or challenging.
Those are all great words. And listeners, you don't need to learn all of these at once. Start with simple words like good, bad, busy, or quiet.
Right. As you get more comfortable, you can add more descriptive words. Now, Sarah, let's go deeper. Tell me, what did you do this morning?
Well, this morning I woke up at 7 o'clock, then I took a shower, got dressed, and had breakfast. What about you, John?
I woke up a bit earlier at 6:30. I went for a morning jog, came back home, had a shower, and then ate breakfast.
Oh, you went jogging. That's healthy. Now, listeners, notice how we described our morning routine. We used past tense verbs like woke up, took, got dressed, and had.
Yes, when we talk about things that have already happened, we use past tense. So wake up becomes woke up, take becomes took, get becomes got, and have becomes had.
Exactly. And we can also use time words to make our description clearer. We said this morning, at 7 o'clock, then, and after that.
Right. These words help people understand the order of events. Let me give more examples. You can say first, next, later, after breakfast, and in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening.
Perfect. Those words make your story easier to follow. Now, John, let's continue. What did you do after breakfast?
After breakfast, I went to work. I drove to my office, which takes about 30 minutes. What about you, Sarah?
I also went to work, but I took the bus. It takes me about 25 minutes to get to my workplace.
Great. So we both commuted to work. Now, listeners, commute means traveling from home to work. You can say, I commuted to work by bus, or I commuted by car, or I walked to work.
Yes. And you can describe your transportation method. You can say, I drove, I took the bus, I took the train, I rode my bike, or I walked.
Exactly. Now, Sarah, tell me about your work day. What did you do at work today?
Well, at work today, I had 3 meetings. The first meeting was at 9 o'clock, and we discussed our new project. Then I worked on my computer for 2 hours. After lunch, I had another meeting, and then I answered emails.
That sounds like a busy work day. What time did you have lunch?
I had lunch at 1 o'clock. I ate a sandwich and salad in the cafeteria. What about your work day, John?
My work day was quite similar. I started by checking my emails and replying to important messages. Then I had a video call with a client. After that, I worked on a presentation until lunchtime.
What did you eat for lunch?
I brought lunch from home. I had pasta with vegetables. I ate at my desk while reading some documents.
That's efficient. Now, listeners, notice how we're using lots of action verbs to describe our work activities. We said had meetings, discussed, worked on, answered emails, checked, replied, and ate.
Yes, using clear action verbs helps you describe exactly what you did. Other useful work-related verbs are attended, completed, finished, started, called, talked to, and helped.
Excellent examples. Now let's talk about the afternoon. John, what did you do after lunch?
After lunch, I continued working on my presentation. I finished it around 3 o'clock. Then I had a team meeting where we talked about our upcoming deadlines. What about your afternoon, Sarah?
My afternoon was quite productive. After my second meeting, I spent time organizing my files and planning for tomorrow. I also made some phone calls to clients.
Sounds like we both had productive afternoons. Now, what time did you finish work?
I finished work at 5:30. Then I took the bus home. The bus ride was about 30 minutes, so I arrived home around 6 o'clock. When did you finish?
I left the office at 6 o'clock. The traffic was heavy, so it took me 45 minutes to drive home. I got home at 6:45.
Traffic can be frustrating. Now, listeners, when we talk about leaving work, we can say I finished work at, or I left the office at, or I got off work at.
Right. And when we talk about arriving home, we say I got home at, or I arrived home at, or I reached home at.
Perfect. Now let's talk about the evening. This is when many people relax after work. B, what did you do when you got home?
When I got home, the first thing I did was change into comfortable clothes. Then I went to the kitchen and started preparing dinner.
What did you cook for dinner?
I cooked chicken with rice and vegetables. It's one of my favorite meals. What about you, Sarah? What did you do when you got home?
When I got home, I also changed into comfortable clothes. Then I relaxed on the sofa for about 15 minutes. After that, I made dinner. I cooked spaghetti with tomato sauce.
That sounds delicious. Did you eat dinner alone or with someone?
I ate with my family. We sat at the dining table and talked about our days. It's our family routine. Do you eat alone?
Yes, I usually eat alone because I live by myself. But sometimes I video call my friends while eating.
That's nice. Technology helps us stay connected. Now, listeners, when you talk about your evening, you can describe activities like change clothes, made dinner, cooked, ate, relaxed, watched TV, or talked with family.
Exactly. The evening is usually relaxation time for most people. Now, Sarah, what did you do after dinner?
After dinner, I helped clean the kitchen and wash the dishes. Then I watched my favorite TV show for about an hour.
What kind of show do you like to watch?
I like watching cooking shows. They're interesting and relaxing. What did you do after dinner, John?
After dinner, I cleaned up the kitchen. Then I went for a short walk around my neighborhood. Walking after dinner helps with digestion.
And that's healthy. How long did you walk?
I walked for about 20 minutes. When I came back, I took a shower and then read a book.
Reading before bed is a good habit. Now, listeners, common evening activities include watching TV, reading, taking a walk, exercising, playing games, listening to music, calling friends, or using social media.
Yes, everyone has different evening routines. Some people study, Some people work on hobbies, and some people just rest.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong way to spend your evening. Now, John, what time did you go to bed?
I went to bed around 10:30. I usually try to sleep by 11 o'clock. What about you?
I went to bed at 11 o'clock. I like to get at least 7 hours of sleep.
That's good. Sleep is important for health. Now, listeners, when you talk about bedtime, you can say, I went to bed at, or I fell asleep at, or I slept at.
Right. Now let's practice a complete conversation about the day. John, imagine it's evening and we're talking on the phone. You ask me about my day.
Okay. Hi, Sarah. How was your day today?
Hi, John. My day was really good, thanks. It was busy but productive. How was yours?
Mine was nice and calm. What did you do today?
Well, I woke up at 7, had breakfast, and went to work by bus. At work, I had several meetings and worked on my computer. I ate lunch at 1 o'clock. In the afternoon, I answered emails and planned for tomorrow. I left work at 5:30 and got home around 6. What about you?
I woke up early and went jogging. After breakfast, I drove to work. At the office, I had a video call and worked on a presentation. After work, I came home, made dinner, and went for a walk. Now I'm relaxing at home.
That sounds like a nice day. What are you doing now?
Right now, I'm reading a book. I'll probably go to bed in about an hour. What about you?
I'm watching TV with my family. I'll go to bed around 11.
Okay, that was a great example of a natural conversation about our days. See how we shared details but kept it simple?
Yes, we used simple past tense, clear time words, and basic action verbs. And we asked follow-up questions to show interest.
Exactly. That's the key to good conversation. Now, let's teach our listeners some useful phrases for talking about different parts of the day.
Great idea. Let's start with morning phrases. You can say, I woke up at, I got up early, late, I had breakfast, I got ready for work, I left home at.
Perfect. And for the commute, I took the bus train, I drove to work, I walked to work. The trip took minutes. I arrived at work at.
Excellent. For work or school activities, I had a meeting, I worked on a project, I studied, I attended class, I talked to my colleagues, I finished my tasks.
Great. For lunchtime, I had lunch at. I ate. I went to a restaurant. I brought lunch from home. I ate at my desk. I took a lunch break.
Perfect. For afternoon activities, I continued working. I finished my work. I ran errands. I went shopping. I completed my assignments.
Excellent. For evening activities, I got home at. I changed clothes. I made dinner. I cooked. I ate with my family. I relaxed. I watched TV.
And for bedtime, I went to bed at. I got ready for bed. I brushed my teeth. I set my alarm. I fell asleep around.
These are all very useful phrases. Listeners, you don't need to memorize all of them. Just choose the ones that fit your daily routine.
Exactly. Start with the phrases you use most often. Now let's talk about different types of days. John, how would you describe a busy day?
A busy day is when you have many tasks and activities. You might say, today was so busy. I had 5 meetings, answered 50 emails, and worked on 3 projects. I didn't even have time for a proper lunch break.
Good example. You used words like so busy, many, and didn't even have time to emphasize how busy you were. Now, how would you describe a relaxing day?
A relaxing day might sound like this. Today was very relaxing. I woke up late, read a book in the morning, took a long walk in the park, and spent the evening watching movies. I didn't have any stress at all.
Perfect. You used words like relaxing, long walk, and no stress to show it was a calm day. What about a boring day?
A boring day could be, today was quite boring. Nothing special happened. I just did my usual routine, woke up, went to work, came home, and went to bed. It was very ordinary.
Good. You used words like boring and nothing special and ordinary. What about an exciting day?
An exciting day might be, today was so exciting. I received a promotion at work, met an old friend for lunch, and found out I won a prize. So many good things happened.
Excellent. You used exciting, So many good things, and exclamation marks show enthusiasm. Now, what about a difficult or challenging day?
A difficult day could be, today was really challenging. My computer crashed in the morning. I missed an important meeting because of traffic, and I had to stay late at work to finish urgent tasks. I'm exhausted.
Perfect. You used words like challenging, crashed, missed, and exhausted to show it was a tough day. These examples show how the same structure can describe very different days.
Exactly. The key is choosing the right adjectives and giving specific details. Now, Sarah, let's talk about asking questions. What are good questions to ask someone about their day?
Great topic. The most basic question is, how was your day? But you can also ask, what did you do today? Did you have a good day? Was your day busy? Did anything interesting happen today?
Those are all great. And you can ask specific questions too. How was work? How was school? What did you do this morning? What did you have for lunch? Did you do anything fun today?
Yes, specific questions often lead to more interesting conversations. And when someone tells you about their day, you can ask follow-up questions.
Right. If someone says, I had a meeting today, you can ask, what was the meeting about? Or how did it go?
Exactly. Follow-up questions show you're interested and keep the conversation going. Now let's talk about weekends. John, talking about weekend days is a bit different, right?
Yes. On weekdays, most people follow a work or school routine. But weekends are more varied. Let me give an example of how I might talk about my Saturday.
Please do.
Yesterday was Saturday. I slept in until 9 o'clock. After breakfast, I cleaned my apartment and did laundry. In the afternoon, I went to the gym and worked out for an hour. Then I met my friends for dinner at a restaurant. We tried a new Italian place. After dinner, we went to see a movie. I got home around 11 and went straight to bed.
That's a great weekend day description. You included relaxation, chores, exercise, socializing, and entertainment. Now let me describe a Sunday. Today is Sunday. I woke up at 8 o'clock and made a big breakfast, pancakes and fruit. In the morning, I went to the park and read a book under a tree. I had a picnic lunch there. In the afternoon, I visited my parents and had dinner with them. We talked and watched TV together. I came home around 8 o'clock and prepared my clothes and lunch for Monday.
Excellent. You showed how Sundays are often for family time and preparing for the week ahead. Listeners, notice how weekend descriptions often include more leisure activities and social time.
Yes. Common weekend activities include sleeping in, waking up late, doing chores, running errands, meeting friends, going out, visiting family, and preparing for the week.
Right. Now let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when talking about their day.
Good idea. What's a common mistake, John?
One mistake is mixing present and past tense. Sometimes learners say, today I wake up at 7 and I go to work. But if you're talking about what already happened, use past tense. Today I woke up at 7 and I went to work.
Excellent point. Another mistake is forgetting time words. Instead of saying, I ate breakfast, I went to work, I had a meeting, add time words. First I ate breakfast, then I went to work. After that I had a meeting.
Yes, time words make your story clear. Another mistake is giving too many details. You don't need to describe every single minute. Focus on the main activities.
Right. Instead of saying, I woke up, opened my eyes, stretched, sat up, put my feet on the floor, stood up, walked to the bathroom, just say, I woke up and got ready.
Exactly. Keep it simple and focus on important activities. Now, Sarah, let's give our listeners some homework.
Great idea. Okay, everyone listening, here's your homework. Tonight, before you go to bed, practice describing your day in English. You can do this 3 ways.
What are the 3 ways, Sarah?
First, you can write it down. Take a notebook and write 5 to 10 sentences about what you did today. Start with today I, and describe your main activities.
Good. Writing helps you organize your thoughts. What's the second way?
Second, you can record yourself. Use your phone to record yourself speaking for 2 minutes about your day. Don't worry about mistakes. Just practice speaking.
Excellent. This helps with pronunciation and fluency. What's the third way?
Third, if you have a friend or family member who speaks English, tell them about your day. Have a real conversation. Ask them about their day too.
Perfect. These 3 activities will help you practice writing, speaking, and conversation skills.
Exactly. And remember, do this every day. Consistency is the key to improvement.
Yes, even 5 minutes of daily practice is better than 1 hour once a week.
Absolutely. Now, I think we should start wrapping up this episode. We've covered so much.
Yes, we have. Let's do a quick summary.
Great. So today we learned how to talk about your day in English.
We learned how to answer "How was your day?" using simple adjectives like good, busy, or relaxing.
We learned how to describe activities throughout the day using past tense verbs and time words.
We practiced describing morning routines, work activities, evening relaxation, and bedtime.
We learned useful phrases for different parts of the day and different types of days.
We discussed how to ask questions and how to keep conversations going.
And we gave homework. Practice describing your day in writing, speaking, or conversation.
Perfect summary. Now let's give our final encouragement to our listeners.
Yes, dear friends, I want you to know that you've done something wonderful today by listening to this entire podcast.
You've practiced your listening skills for a long time. That shows dedication and commitment.
And remember, talking about your day is a skill that gets better with practice. The more you do it, the easier and more natural it becomes.
Yes, don't expect to be perfect immediately. Language learning is a gradual process.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is a step toward improvement.
Right, when you're talking about your day, the most important thing is sharing your experience. Grammar can be improved over time.
Yes. And remember, even simple descriptions are valuable. You don't need fancy words to have a good conversation.
Absolutely. Clear and simple is always better than complicated and confusing.
Well said. Now, before we finish, let's remind everyone to subscribe to Slow English Learning.
Yes, if you found this podcast helpful, please subscribe to our channel.
When you subscribe, you'll get new episodes every week on different useful topics.
All our podcasts use simple, clear English that's perfect for beginners.
Our goal is to help you feel confident speaking and understanding English.
So please click that subscribe button. It's free and it really helps us.
And please share this podcast with friends who are learning English.
Yes, learning together makes it more fun and more motivating.
And please leave us a comment. Practice writing in English by telling us about your day.
We love hearing from our listeners. Your comments encourage us and give us ideas for future episodes.
Okay, John, I think it's time to say goodbye.
Yes, time really flies when we're having good conversations.
It does. So everyone, thank you so much for listening today.
We hope you learned useful phrases and feel more confident about talking about your day.
Remember to do your homework. Practice describing your day every evening.
Yes, make it part of your daily routine. It only takes a few minutes.
And be patient with yourself. Learning takes time, but you're making progress every day.
Even if you can't see the improvement day by day, it's happening. Trust the process.
Yes, keep practicing, keep listening, keep speaking.
And remember, you're not alone. Millions of people are learning English with you.
Exactly. We're all on this journey together.
So keep going. Don't give up. You can do this.
We believe in you.
Okay, everyone. Until next time, keep practicing and stay positive.
Goodbye, wonderful learners. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye. Take care and happy learning.